Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. I'm here with my brother, Jeremiah Campana, and we're going to talk some politics and current events. How you doing tonight, Jeremiah?
I'm doing fantastic, man. How are you doing? Because the last couple days here have been king of the live streams, just moderating debates. And do you ever sleep, Alex? That's the question everybody wants to know.
I actually did. I only got like 4 hours of sleep last night, but I made it to work on time. Had a productive day. That was good. Um,
Good,
but yeah, this
good.
technically is my third live stream in the last 2 days, and it'll be a total of about 5 or 6 hours. So it's been fun, man. It's been fun.
Been a good time.
Um,
You just got to get it all in before Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not doing anything the next 2 days. Although I do have a half a day of work tomorrow, which is boo. Whatever. At least they gave me free lunch today. That was good.
There you go. There you go. Got to look at got to count the small victories.
Absolutely. We only have about 30, 40 minutes to hang out tonight. I just hopped off of a debate stream and Jeremiah was like, "Hey, you got some time?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So there are a few things to talk about. One of them is big news here. It's been going around everywhere. I'm sure everybody's heard of it. There's been a letter floating around, and the Department of Justice says that this letter is fake news. So this is what CNN has to say here. The DOJ says letter signed by quote unquote J. Epstein in referencing quote unquote our president is fake. So the Justice Department now says a handwritten letter released Tuesday that was signed by J. Epstein and addressed to convicted sex offender Larry Nassar is fake, asserting that the handwriting did not appear to match that of Jeffrey Epstein. Here's what the letter says. And honestly, I mean, I don't know too much about this whole thing, but it is strange to me because it's like, if it is true, right? It's like too good to be true for the Democrats. Here's what it says.
Right. Right.
Dear LN, the letter reads, as you know by now, I have taken the short route home, quote unquote, short route. Good luck. We shared one thing. And this is supposedly Jeffrey Epstein to Larry Nassar. Our love and caring for young ladies in the hope they'd reach their full potential. Our president also shares our love of young, nubile girls. That's what the letter is says.
That it sounds like it was written by AI. And you remember who Larry Nasser is, right?
I don't actually. Who's
So
Larry Nassar?
he coached the US women's gymnastics team for like 10 years almost, and he was sexually
Mm,
assaulting his athletes. And yeah,
that's not
it,
good.
it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
But it's good to know that letter was fake, although anybody with a brain probably could have read that and determined that that was fake because it's like how can it look? I mean, it just sounds like. I mean, you think about Epstein. He's a well-read, educated man. I mean, he was doing very complicated things with people's money. If you kind of watch what people break down, like what exactly did Epstein do? How was he involved with the CIA? He was just great at moving money around. Um, and you don't talk like a simpleton. That letter just screamed as you're reading it. I'm like, who wrote this? An 8-year-old? Like,
Yeah. That was interesting. Now, um this just popped in my head. I don't know. We were discussing what to talk about before we got on the stream here. Did you
yeah,
see
we're
that there
literally
was
guys. If you
also
if you have if this is your first time watching this live stream, you may not realize this because we're so professional, but we wing this whole thing. We're just winging it, you
uh,
know. But it sounds like we've written it and spent an awful lot of time on it. I know. We're good. You don't have to tell us.
Hassan says he likes your hat, by the way.
I know. I said thanks. I hit him in chat.
Okay.
Thanks, Hassan. Merry
So
Christmas to everybody in the
apparently,
chat. Sorry, go ahead.
in the DOJ files, there was a fake AI video of Jeffrey Epstein attempting to unalive himself
Wait a minute.
that
Wait a
was
minute.
released.
The DOJ had this fake video?
Yeah, so wherever they uploaded the files, um, there was also a video. Let me see if I can get it to play here for us. Uh,
Getting a lot of Merry
yeah,
Christmases in the
TMZ has
chat.
a
Merry
video.
Christmas. That's crazy that the DOJ would have a fake video in their file release. Did they
Yeah, I
label it as
wonder if I
fake, or
can
did they
play
leave it?
this.
Did they leave it for people to determine that this was fake? You got the
Well,
video
they
for
uploaded it and took it back immediately.
us? Guys,
How does that?
in case you did not know, the people who work for our government are not very impressive people.
Yeah. Let me see if I can make this bigger here. Yeah, man. I mean, all right. So this is from TMZ.
TMZ, of course.
I mean, I didn't even really see anything in that
Right.
video.
It's just like
Um,
someone on the floor just like rocking back and forth. Like,
yeah.
was that, were they, do you think the DOJ was going to try and create an AI video so lifelike and release it and say, hey, see, he really did kill himself?
Yeah, until everybody called them out immediately.
Right. Didn't make it on the internet for more than an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot of resistance in releasing this list, correct?
Hmm.
So Alper, TMZ got the video from the DOJ. That's the interesting part. It was out there for everybody to see. TMZ just, labeled it TMZ so they could get the clout from it and show it on their website. But um there's a lot of resistance to releasing this list for whatever reason. There's a lot of conspiracy theories out there, right? Whatever. Um Maybe it was just added distraction, right? Look at what we're talking about right now. That's a more interesting part of it, right?
The real question then is distraction from what? What else is going on that they don't want us talking about and looking at? Hmm.
That's the $1,000,000 question, my friend.
$1 million question. A lot of people think it's Venezuela. Are we going to war? I don't know. Maybe that's also the distraction.
Yeah, a lot going on right now. All right, so then a quick little W I'd like to talk about. The Trump administration has banned the U.S. Veterans Agency, or a U.S. Veterans Agency, from providing abortions. Amen.
Yes, this
So,
is a huge win. Before we get into this, if you could put Scott Terry's comment on the screen here, because he is absolutely correct. Probably took them a month just to figure out how to upload pics to the internet. You're not lying. Like I said, folks, these people are not impressive. Scott is right on the money. I could, without even knowing who Scott is, I could tell you his story is probably true.
Scott is always in the chat during the live stream debates. He's a valued member of the chat over on the Think Institute, and he pops into my
Love
stream
it.
every once in a while too. What's up, Scott?
Love it. Love it.
Um,
But yes, no, the abortion thing. So
wow.
another pro-life win. Okay, it's not
Yep.
abolition. We know that. Okay, I know there's probably some abolitionists out there who will poo-poo on
Well,
this.
look, this is what the article says. It's abolition in terms of veterans. Look at the Department of Veterans Affairs, so the VA. So if you
Mm,
go to the VA, you cannot get an abortion, including in cases of rape or incest. It is a complete ban.
wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Just to test your theory, hold on. I'm going to go to Abolitionist Rising's X page, and
Mm. They must be talking about it.
let's see, because the abolitionists always have a way or a reason to poo-poo on any legislation that comes out that protects babies because it's
Mm.
never good enough. And
Yeah.
I get it to a certain extent, but learn how to take a victory where we can get it, where victory seems like impossible. Let me see what they got here.
The while you look that up, the ban follows months of efforts by the Trump administration to roll back a Biden era policy that for the first time permitted the VA to counsel veterans and their families about abortion as well as offer the procedure in cases of rape or incest. or when a veteran's pregnancy imperiled their health. So it was basically a Biden era policy that tried to expand access to abortion through VA hospitals and networks. And
Biden,
Trump,
yeah, I remember when Biden did that.
yeah,
And then during the election, I told I was screaming to high heaven at the abolitionists, like, if Kamala Harris gets elected, you will see this times 100.
yeah.
And they still, I'm not voting for Trump. I'm not voting for Trump. So none of the abolitionists I follow are commenting on that story. Interesting.
Huh. That is interesting. And I didn't know that the abolitionists were anti-Trump.
Not all of them, but a good chunk of them. Abolitionist Rising specifically, very anti-Trump.
So just
Um,
like no vote or voting for an independent?
I don't know. I think not voting for anybody. I don't think they voted for anybody.
Hmm. Yeah. Hey man, I respect Abolitionist Rising. I love their content. I love the work they do. But I don't get that part. I don't get that part.
I don't get that part. They're also notorious for fighting with other brothers and sisters. The unity there is lacking with them. And you're right, they do create good content. And the guy Russell or whatever his name is that leads the whole thing is a really good debater.
Yeah.
If you watch him debate people about abortion, he slobbers them every single time.
Yeah.
But he's too much. He doesn't show love to his brothers and sisters, and he wants perfection. And we don't sacrifice babies unless we get perfection. We save as many as we can until we get perfection. That's
Amen.
just my take on it.
Yeah, I 100% agree. All right, so we have here a video about National Guard in Chicago and what's going on there. Let's watch that real quick.
Welcome back. We are following breaking news out of the Supreme Court, which has just blocked the Trump administration from deploying the National Guard in Illinois. The justices rejecting the White House's claim that the troops were needed to protect federal agents carrying out immigration enforcement, particularly in and around the Chicago area. The decision represents a rare defeat for this administration by this conservative-leaning court. Joining me now is NBC News senior Supreme Court reporter Lawrence Hurley. So, Lawrence, what did the justices say in their ruling?
Yeah, I mean, as you said, this is a pretty significant setback for the Trump administration because the court was saying here that this law that the Trump administration was trying to use to deploy National Guard in Chicago basically couldn't be used at this point because that law says the president can deploy the National Guard when the regular forces are unable to execute the laws. And the court said regular forces doesn't refer to local police, it refers to the US military. And even if you could try to bring in the US military to do this, there weren't any circumstances that would allow that to happen either. So it's kind of a double restriction on the president's ability to use this law as he's been trying to use it so far. And there were 5 justices who signed on to that out of the 9. So that, is a significant setback for this administration.
And there was a split, though, among the court's 6 conservative justices. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, you see the conservative majority on the court isn't always in lockstep. There's 6 conservatives, 3 of them were in dissent this time. And they said at this point, this kind of preliminary point in the case, they thought that the president had the better of these arguments. But even then they were kind of divided on to what extent they thought, the president could do this. I think Justice Neil Gorsuch, for example, seemed pretty lukewarm about the whole thing, but just said it's preliminary, so we shouldn't be weighing in. So there's lots of moving parts in this case. They actually took a really long time to decide it, even though it's supposedly on the emergency docket. And that's a sign of how the court, found this a difficult one to deal with.
And of course, this is just the situation in Illinois. Will this ruling apply to sending National Guard troops to other parts of the country, or is it just Democratic-led states?
Yeah, well, I think it's likely to have a huge impact on these other cases that we've seen. The Trump administration has really been.
That's enough for that. Got everything we needed there.
That's not good. That's not good. And it just goes to show you that Amy Barrett and Brett Kavanaugh weren't slam dunk picks.
Mm.
They've been pretty wishy washy in just about every ruling. And this is going to put ICE, people who work for ICE, is going to put their lives in danger. You're going to see more assaults, hospitalizations, and eventually ICE is probably, because every blue state now is going to sue Trump and get the National Guard out from
Yeah.
protecting ICE agents. So they're going to have to pull out of blue states, and blue states are going to be flooded. Or, well, they can't be flooded because we got the border closed. Thank Jesus for that. But the
Still a
illegal
ton of
immigrants are,
illegals here, and
yeah,
they're probably
there's
going to
still a ton
relocate.
here. Yep. And the ones that are getting persecuted in red states are going to flee to the blue states. And you're going to see America divide and polarize even more so than it already has. So I don't know how. I mean, this decision I don't think can be appealed because it was a Supreme Court decision. So I don't know where the administration goes from here. To be quite honest with you, I think this is bad news.
Had to ban somebody, sorry. Um, yeah, no, I don't think. And look, Trump is notorious for this, and I think it's a good feature that he has where he just tests the limits of everything, right? So if he thinks he has a way and he has counsel that agrees with him and is pushing it for him, he'll try, right? We've seen this with Mahmoud Khalil, right? He tries to use these unique ways to enforce the laws to execute his policies. But obviously, he meets tremendous pushback. And he's even seeing some pushback in the Supreme Court. I do think that it's tough because they have such a high goal, right? They want 3,000 people deported a day. And you can't do that if ICE is being attacked by organized groups of gang members, you know?
Exactly.
So
Exactly. What you can
yeah.
do, though, one thing he is doing that was genius as a Christmas bonus, Merry Christmas to all the
Mm,
illegals in America. You get 3,000 smackaroos for taking your butt back to your home country. I suggest you take that offer. It's a great offer. It's
yeah.
probably wherever you're from, that dollar is the 3,000 is probably worth more. When you trade it in, you're going to get a ton of your own cash in return for that. You probably be able to live for an entire year off of that 3,000 bucks. But that's one of the few things that he can do is to self-deport people. And I do believe over 1 million have self-deported prior to this Christmas bonus he's been offering.
So that's the thing. They have reported 1.6 million self-deportations. We
Nice.
kind of just have to take his word on it, which I, hope is true. The other number is 527,000 deportations by ICE. And like I said, I hope these are true. One thing that is a little troubling is it does kind of seem a little bit of like desperation of maybe he's trying to make up for some of these numbers. I mean, either way, he wants to go full steam ahead, right? And that's why America voted for him. This was one of the biggest issues that people voted on was to get a lot of these illegal immigrants, especially the criminal ones. It's like 80% of Americans are like, yes, every criminal, like an illegal alien who has committed crime on America's soil, get them out. I don't know why it's not 100%,
It
but
it should be 100.
yeah. But either way, I hope that it's not just a sign of desperation trying to pump numbers up before statistics get released. And I hope it's just a continuation of, 2 million deportations in total would be awesome for his first year on the second term.
Well, and we also have to keep in mind, right, that the deportation numbers might be low compared to Obama, right? Everybody loves to compare how many people Obama deported, but the border was still wide freaking open. So it didn't matter. It was basically a wash. At least the border is closed. Nobody's coming through. So these
Yeah.
these people are going and they're not being replaced by more people coming in. So even if the numbers are lower than we want them to be, I still take it as a huge W, huge W. And I think next
Yeah. I
year we'll see
mean,
that
I don't think
ramp.
anybody can contest the W at the border. Even any serious Democrat who actually has put their name out there and does talk shows or debates has to admit and has admitted that Trump, at least at the border, has done a phenomenal job. And if you go against that, you're like way fringe left, and you honestly are not respected for that opinion.
Well, yeah, the left is still going to die on the hill of transgender surgeries for minors, which conveniently Congress goes on Christmas break earlier than expected because the Senate, I think we might have talked about this briefly on a previous live stream, that the House passed a bill, right, to ban transgender hormone treatment and surgeries on minors. And they
Yep.
passed it in the House and sent it to the Senate, and the Senate is like, man, we're going to sit on this. And then they all went on Christmas break.
Yeah. Terrible. I mean, it seems like common sense, but
You would
I
think.
don't understand. There's a video, and I'm sure you've seen it, that goes viral, where it's a grandmother on a podcast, and she's being asked about if she would let her grandchild, be on hormone blockers, and she's like, "Yeah, of course, that would be the best thing to do." And then in the next breath, the host of the podcast asks her, "Well, what about a tattoo?" And literally, the words that come out of her mouth is, "Well, a tattoo seems permanent." Yeah,
Well, we let some of these people vote, Alex.
yeah,
These people have voting power that say stuff like this. It's crazy to me.
yeah.
I don't,
What?
what do you think? Do we
Yeah.
need to make voting a little more difficult to obtain the right to vote?
Well, Jeremiah, as you know, the founding fathers wanted every child, woman, and man to vote so that everything would be fair and equal.
Oh, duh. How could I forget? How could I forget?
Yeah, maybe we should do a whole stream on the tyranny of pure democracy. That would be fun.
Oh, yes. We could do there's a lot. I have a lot of good ideas for some live streams. I guess we just might have to figure out how we tie it in with current
Current
events.
events. Yeah.
Um,
Maybe have like a
unless the
15-minute
people who
section.
watch want a history lesson. I know a lot
Mm,
of Christian early American history. I'm sure you could you've been researching lately. You've been getting yourself in the know and knowledgeable on these sort of topics. So we'll see. We'll see as we go on and do
yeah.
this.
Cool. All right. So now we have some Christmas related
Wait,
political
hold
and
on.
current
Before you go,
events.
In
Oh,
the Box
yeah.
Studios did make a good point. He said, "What if they set it up like this? You don't get a tax return unless you vote." Um,
Mm,
I don't know
it's not that we
that
want more people voting.
right. We want
Yeah.
less people to vote.
Right. Yeah. But maybe if you don't pay taxes, you don't get to vote.
Okay, yeah, unless your tax return, yeah, so I think there's a way you could tie
Yeah.
in taxes to it in some way.
Yeah,
Give me something to think about,
if
though.
you take more from the government than you put back into it, then maybe you don't get a say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think there's a way to do it. You
It's
got
like
me
my
thinking, though.
children having a vote on my budget. Yeah, not gonna happen. I don't
It's
care
not
how
gonna
old you are.
happen. Right, right.
uh, all right, so
Yeah.
this, oops, where's my? There it is. This is,
Oh, boy.
I don't even know where, but probably
Yeah, we're
not
not
anywhere near us. But yeah, let's just play it. This is what this is.
what you're witnessing, folks, is a group of Muslims tearing down a Christmas tree in a town square.
Are you telling me, Jeremiah, Muslims don't like the celebration of the incarnation of God?
Well, Alex, funny you mentioned that, because to them, Jesus was just a dude. And to celebrate him as God is blasphemous and deserves our deaths, Alex. Actually,
Yeah.
that we should die by calling Jesus God.
This reminds me, in London, you see the video of the mayor of London as he's about to sing "Blessed the Newborn King." What's that song?
Oh,
And he's looking at the lyrics and he's looking up and he's like, "Do I have to say it?" um, but yeah, you know what? I honestly open the borders. Um, let as many Muslims as you want in because that's the only humane thing to do. And honestly, like calls to prayer, 5 times a day, just blare it in the middle of the city. If they want to take down some Christmas trees, you can let them take down some Christmas trees. Like These are the people that you think are going to assimilate into our country when you bring them in droves of communities. That's going to happen? I
Yeah,
don't think
they
so.
do not respect your values, and they will demand that you respect theirs. It's a one-way streak. In the Box Studios asks, "Is a Christmas tree religious? I thought it fell into the Santa lore." Yes, it's very common. You'll have a lot of people, a lot of memes circulating on social media that claim that a lot of Christian religious traditions and symbols and things like that are pagan. Most of it's nonsense, and even if it wasn't nonsense, who cares? We hijacked it. Then we hijacked it. Whatever. But the Christmas tree was actually invented by the great reformer Martin Luther, who was the first to, I forget what that symbolized. It was something anti-Catholic, right? Where he chopped down the tree and then put candles in it in his house or something. Some kind of I don't know the entire story behind it. I just know that Martin Luther was he was the guy who sparked that tradition of putting a Christmas tree in the house.
Right. Yeah, no, it is absolutely a religious symbol. Honestly, I've been learning that in debates, especially when people are contentious, I just grant them as much as possible, and I can still easily win the argument. Let's say it's all nonsense, and Christians stole it and reappropriated it to worship Jesus. Well, we all know what a Christmas tree is for. It's part of a Christmas celebration. It's part of a Christian holiday in which we celebrate the incarnation of God. So, and what do you think the Muslims were tearing it down for? You think they were tearing it down because they didn't want Santa to come and leave presents under it?
Great point. Great point.
All right, another video you had sent me. I haven't seen this yet. Let's check it out.
Everyone's scared of saying Merry Christmas these days. What happened to this country? They used to put Christmas lights on all of these buildings. They used to turn them all into Christmas trees. Not anymore. I don't even recognize this place anymore. Where am I? I think I'm lost. I don't know where I am. Where am I? I don't recognize anything. It's shroom season, is it? I thought it was the season to be jolly. Sadiq probably did that. Probably spray painted that himself, didn't he? A number probably only leads to Bad Samaritans. And not a single Christmas decoration on it. They've changed the name of the Royal Cristobal Hall. You're supposed to walk downstairs. It used to be that this bridge was accessed exclusively by chimney because of Christmas, but now, oh, it's just stairs, is it? The only Christmas market in London, it's called a winter one. Come together. That's disgusting. A festive sing-along. Not even allowed to sing Christmas songs. Sing the Sound of Music. I've never really understood the Sound of Music, but I saw a side with the Nazis. Toilets. That's what we're supposed to think about Christmas, is it? Piss and shit. All these trees, right? Not a single Christmas tree. The whole city, they've just done nothing to make it look Christmassy or festive or twinkly in any way.
So you chucked a load of baubles in.
Man, this is sad.
How's that Christmassy?
There you go. In half an hour walking around London, I've not seen a single thing about Christmas. London's finished. There's no Christmas here. So there you have it. We've walked through Sadiq Khan's London, and there's not a single mention of Merry Christmas. You can't celebrate Christmas anymore because you'll get stabbed, you get attacked, your phone will get snatched, you'll die. There's no joy anymore. And some people might say you've just walked through one of the greatest cities in the world entirely safely, and there was loads of different things that you could have done, and you actually could have found the Christmas spirit within yourself. And if you were looking properly, you would have seen the fact that it's full of Christmassy stuff. But to that I say, maybe I don't want to be happy. Maybe I don't want to hang out with my kids. Maybe I want to spend my Saturdays walking around complaining about stuff that doesn't fucking exist. Happy holidays, I guess.
Jeez.
The UK has fallen. The UK has fallen. The land of Alfred the Great and Richard the Lionheart is now the land of Muhammad and Ishmael.
Yeah, I mean, that sucks. I mean, but honestly, we're starting to see that even here.
Oh yeah, I don't know
we
if anyone in the chat wants to chime in and let us know what Christmas is like in your town. Like, I live in a rural conservative town, and only like one part of my town puts up nativities. Like, some of the stores around here still play just like regular secular music. They don't even play Christmas music. Like the Christmas vibes. Like, I don't even care if you're an atheist, right? You love waking up on Christmas morning, presents under the tree, hopefully some snow on the ground. You love doing your Christmas shopping, where the guy out there ringing the bell for the Salvation Army, and everybody's jolly and in a giving mood. Like, you miss that. I know you do. I miss it. So I'm curious in the chat if anybody in their town, like, is there Christmas spirit there at all, or what?
I loved presents long before I loved Jesus. This is true. Just saying.
For sure. For sure.
Um, and man, dude, you go to the mall now, and not only is the mall dead because the internet's just killing malls, but there's not nearly the amount of Christmas vibe in the mall. Like the mall, I remember I just watched a video of the mall in my area in the 90s, and it was like unbearable the amount of Christmas stuff that they decorated with. It was like a fire hazard for sure.
Love it. Love it,
Like
man.
hanging tons of stuff from the ceiling, giant Christmas ornaments, like the whole thing. Now, like you got a Christmas tree, you got some banners up, like it's definitely not what it used to be.
Oh yeah, you're lucky if you even get Santa there,
Yeah.
it's last year, and I don't even like, and I've never seen this before, so I have a video that I posted on X. I was at the my mall because I Amazon probably ruined a lot of Christmas stuff, but so I purposely go to the mall. I buy some gifts online, but I always make sure to get some gifts in person and go shopping and do that. So I'm at the mall, right, that I always go to, and their idea of a Christmas festivity was a Michael Jackson impersonator. and
What?
yeah, dude, and a really, really bad one. And I posted like a 2-minute video of this guy on my X page, and dude,
Was it
it's like
white Mike or black
it was
Mike?
White Mike. Yes,
It
it
was
was
white Mike.
towards the end of his career, Mike, for sure. And the piano player in the background, like it was, dude, it was bizarre, and like the audience is filled with like some confused little kids and like a couple old people falling asleep. It was,
Man, that's
yeah,
rough.
it's like, come on, like this is Christmas. The Michael Jackson impersonator, Billie Jean, and he did the whole grabbing his crotch thing and all. Like he was grabbing his
Oh,
crotch, Mike.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that is wild. I don't know how I feel about
I
that.
I can tell you how I feel about it. Like, come on, like bring, like you said, I want the fire hazards back, man. Give me wall to wall, floor to ceiling, to just bathe me in Christmas crap. Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
You asked some questions, so we're gonna to the chat, so we'll just bring up a couple.
Sure.
Scott, well, that one will come. Well, that's not really relevant, but UK is one. Just think about it this way, Manir. If Christians migrated to uh Abu Dhabi, right? And Abu Dhabi was filled with Christmas decorations and people singing Christmas hymns in churches. Would you say that Abu Dhabi has fallen? I think you would, right? So
Dude, not
you
only
could,
that, there are towns in Europe that are shutting down their Christmas markets because of fear of I don't know, Muslims driving their cars through it and killing people like they've done in the past. They're literally canceling Christmas markets because they're afraid of Muslim retaliation.
enough
So don't
said.
tell me that Europe isn't falling.
The Netherlands put up beautiful lights and decorations everywhere. It's a festive season. That is
Love it.
awesome to hear.
That's what I like
Absolutely.
to hear. That's what I like to hear.
Soviets has it, but call it a New Year's tree. That's interesting considering the Christian population there. Um, Australia.
Orthodox population too, right?
Yes, yes. Honestly, dude, have you seen the Russian Orthodox Church that
Uh,
Putin built for the Navy? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Just saying. Uh, Australia, for me, it is seeing family and the smiles on children's faces. Yeah, that's
okay.
good, but that's not what we're talking like we're talking about the actual celebration of Christmas, not just merely people being happy because of the season. I mean, look, it's
Correct.
good.
But I want to encourage that as well, right? Encourage
Yeah.
seeing family, because a lot of people, and I blame Friendsgiving a little bit for this too, that they think they can just avoid their family, hang out with their friends during the holidays, and everything is hunky dory. No, go see your freaking family, all right? Because you're gonna regret it when they're gone. I'm telling you.
Um, this might need to go on a Rumble stream, Scott. We'll talk about that.
All right.
uh Paisios, awesome guy. thank you for being here and watching. Happy Eve to the Nativity. I think it's like the 4 fast of the Nativity, technically. He is Orthodox Christian. And so listen,
Okay.
they have tons of history and tradition and liturgy connected to Christmas.
Love it.
Maybe we could have Paisios on one time to talk about it.
Would love
Will
it.
Dean, I'm not even gonna bring up his comments because he's
Oh,
your
dude, Will
biggest
Dean is
hater.
always in our. He's always in our
He's
chat.
in
hating.
your chat. He'd be gone if he was in my chat. Just saying.
Will
All
Dean
right.
loves to hate.
Now let's see. There's 3 more videos we can play, and we're nearing the end of our time anyway. You want to just go through those before we head out?
We'll go through what now?
We have the statue, and then the quarterback and Russell Brand. Do you want to play any of those before we head out?
Go ahead and play the quarterback and call it a day, an evening, if you will.
All right. This is a quick little video to end the note positively tonight.
How does Brock Purdy spend Christmas?
With my family, friends, and
Familia, amigos.
celebrating Jesus, and you know, just loving all my teammates.
Gracias. Es lunes.
Vamos Niners!
How does Brock Purdy?
Yes, you're seeing and this trend started a year ago of athletes finally being brave enough again to thank Jesus Christ on the microphone for like a 10-year span. Like you barely heard that. Now you got college and NFL players not afraid to proclaim the name of Christ when they get up on national television. And love to see it. Love to see it.
Absolutely. And yes, everybody in chat, Merry Christmas right around
Yes.
the corner. Go spend some time with your family, spread some Christmas cheer, and go to church.
Yes, go to
All right.
church. Go to church, and hopefully your church has a good Christmas Eve service. I know a lot of churches like to do the Sunday before and call it a day. I know other churches who do like 9 services in the days leading up to Christmas. Your big Eva churches, right? They got to put on a big show and display. But yeah, just you know, enjoy the time with your family. Enjoy the traditions that you think are silly. Because like I had mentioned on our Christmas roundtable, which by the way, Alex joined me on a Christmas episode of my show that you can find on my YouTube channel, Jeremiah Campana. You know, I mentioned that like traditions, when you take them for granted, you know, while you're growing up, and then when they go away, you're gonna wish that those traditions were still around, and you're gonna wish that you had spent more time with your family, and so just do the things, do all the things.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. And yeah, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to Jeremiah's channel. He has an awesome podcast. He's been doing a lot of great shorts as well. If you like YouTube shorts, yeah, hit that like button on your way out. We appreciate you being here. And we'll see you at a minimum, not this Thursday, but next Thursday. Have a good night, guys. God bless and Merry Christmas.
God bless. Merry Christmas.